move on. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to talk about invoices first and then bank statements. We are going to look at a very common invoice here. All right, you've seen it all before, I'm sure. All right, we have a shopping invoice here. Okay, and every single store that is VAT registered should be printing out one of these for you. And on this invoice is a lot of information. All right, we've got all the items under the description, and then we have the rand value of these items over here as well. Okay, so we can see here that this shop is registered for VAT because they've got a VAT number there at the top, so 44223377556644. Right, it's all made up. And this shop has to charge VAT on their products like most shops do. All right, so let's have a look at it. So we've got, I was gonna say basic everyday items, and then I saw the first one, which is milk tarts, which is not a very basic everyday item. In fact, we've got apple crumble underneath it. So this person is obviously shopping for what looks like a party, and then I saw brown pumpkin seeds at the bottom, which is not so much party food, is it? So it's a very shopping list here this person is using. And I don't know if you can notice, maybe if I zoom in, you'll see it a bit better. But some of these items here have got an asterisk, this little star. Okay, so an asterisk, which is a little star here around them. What is this asterisk for? Can anyone tell me? Anyone in chat, can you tell me what the asterisk is for? Who can tell me what that little asterisk means in chat? Tiamo. Very good. VAT excluded. Okay, very good. So the people that are saying multiply, yes. So in things like in spreadsheets, computer programming, I think as well, the asterisk is used 4 times on my laptop. When I press the asterisk button, also multiplies as well. But on shopping invoices, the asterisks are for items that are VAT excluded. Okay, so these are 0 VAT items. Now, it's a really cool idea. So the government decided that they wanted to give people a little bit of a break. And so they said, all right, we're going to encourage you to buy the basics. The basics are going to be 0 VAT rated. So basics like fruits and vegetables, okay, wholesome foods that are healthy for you, like fruit and vegetables, and basic food items like you can see here sunflower oil, so cooking oil, bread, milk, maize meal, lentils, beans, all those basic food items. I don't think they have any toiletries in there. I think there might be 1 or 2 very basic toiletries that are on the list, but it's basic food items that a basic family will take home in a shopping basket for their family. So those are 0 rated items. Originally, it was just fruit and vegetables, but then they started adding on things like sunflower oil, some milk, things like that onto the list. Right, so these are all 0 rated, 0 VAT rated items. Okay, and we don't pay VAT on them at all. Yes, Sonia. So most things with VAT, well, you can't call them luxury items. They're just not basic items. For example, a McDonald's meal is not going to be 0 VAT rated. Okay, these are very, very basic food items. So fresh fruits and vegetables. I think, in fact, pilchards, a can of pilchards, those like Glenrick pilchard cans, are also 0 VAT rated. Samp, maize meal, I don't know if rice is on the list. Maize meal is definitely on the list. So basic foodstuffs. Okay, everyday basic food items that a basic family could buy are zero VAT rated. You can see here, meat is not. Hot dog rolls is not. Lemon biscuits, no. So lemon biscuits are not basic food items that everyone needs. Okay, so they're not zero VAT rated. So some items are zero VAT rated. So when the shop prints out this invoice, they have to show you which items are zero VAT rated because they're not allowed to charge VAT on these things, on these items. Okay, so your slip should actually show you which ones are zero VAT rated, and then they should tell you this is how much we're going to charge you VAT on. So we're going to take all the zero VAT rated items out. We'll do a subtotal, okay, and then we will charge VAT on only the VAT rated items and not the zero VAT rated items. So they're supposed to show you this on every single slip. So if we have a look at our slip here, we've got quite a few items like carrier bags as well, marshmallows, dairy custards, hot dog rolls, lemon biscuits. We've got enterprise bacon. Sunflower oil is zero rated. Brown bread is a basic food item that's also zero rated. Okay. Then we have pumpkin seeds. Okay, so things like pumpkin seeds, lentils, sugar beans, broad beans. Those are all what we call legumes. So lentils and beans are legumes. Those are also zero VAT rated. Peri-peri sauce is not zero VAT rated. Although I would love to have cheaper zero VAT rates on zero VAT rated items, and they show you which one is which. Okay, so what we're going to do, is we're going to take the VAT rated items here, and we are going to I'll show you the zero VAT rated items. They'll take them out. We're going to do a calculation on only the VAT rated items here. Okay, we will ignore a VAT calculation on the zero VAT rated items. All right. Okay, so at the bottom of this till slip, you can see here there is a value for balance before VAT. Okay, so over here we've got 193 Rand 24. Now this balance here is for everything, absolutely everything on this list, whether it's zero VAT rated, not going to be charged VAT, or VAT included, must be charged VAT. The whole lot costs 193 Rand 24. Okay, then on the bottom left here, excuse me, what they've done is they've split the 193 Rand into zero VAT rated. So that this is the amount that you're not going to get charged VAT on, which is the sunflower oil, the brown bread, and the pumpkin seeds. Okay, those together come to 32 Rand 97. All right, the rest of all the products, all the other products which must have VAT charged on them, comes to 160 Rand 27. Okay, so that's that. You see that it says VAT. You must be charged VAT on 160 Rand 27's worth of goods. The other 32.97, you must not get charged VAT on that. No shop is allowed to charge you VAT on that amount. Okay, so what I want you to do, because you've learned how to work out VAT now, and I'm hoping you guys use method 2, the simple method that we learned on Tuesday. If you're not sure on the simple method that I'm talking about, please go have a look at the Watobe YouTube website. They put all the YouTube videos, past videos on past lessons on there. You can have a look. But I want you guys to please work out what is the tax value. So the VAT value here at Y. Okay. So you see I've got a Y there. I want you to work out how much VAT we need to pay on 160 Rand 27. Just 160 Rand 27. Okay, that's going to give us a value for Y. And I'll tell you what we do with it next. So I need you guys to work that out for me. What is VAT on 160 Rand and 27 cents? All right, we're getting some answers there now. Okay, let's have a look.
Tiama's asking if it is
The
VAT
160.27 is not VAT included. We want to work out how much is the VAT on there. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at the answer. 184.31. Okay. Let's have a look and see what I can get with my calculator. All right. So this is what I'm going to do with my calculator. I'm going to type in 160. So 160.27. And I'm going to use the quick method. So I'm going to times by 1.15. If you're not sure how we did this, please have a look at the YouTube video. And then I'm going to press equals. Okay, we're getting 184 Rand. And if I round off, it's 31 cents, which is what everyone else is getting. Oh, 183.27. Gosha, Peter's just came back and he's completed his quiz. 183 Rand 27. I'm not sure why you're getting 27. Should be 184 and 31. Okay, so it should be 184 and 31. Let's try it again on the calculator. So 160 Rand and 27 cents and multiply by 1.15, and we get 184 and 31. Okay, now that's 184 and 31 there. I want you to tell me how much VAT are we actually paying? Can you use that same value on the calculator? Yes, Jamal. Oh, okay, this is exactly what I was gonna ask now. Can you use this value that's on the calculator, this 184 and 31, and tell me how much VAT you actually paid? Without removing that, what could we do? What could we do to this 184 and 31 and to try and figure out how much VAT we actually paid on that amount? What could we do? Okay, all right, this almost got an option there. Good. Anyone else? What could we do? I've got 184, and this is the VAT inclusive price. I want to know how much VAT we actually paid. What could we do? Come on, Pile in Australia. I know you've just woken up, but you got to get with it, yeah.
The silence is getting
right.
louder.
What I could do, I'll show you what we could do, is that this is the amount with VAT included, and I know that 160 Rand 27 was the amount without the VAT. To find out what the VAT is, there we go. Well done. Well done. So what I could do is subtract. Okay, so I could minus 160. Let me put it on the calculator again. So 160.27 times 1.15. This is the original value. So 184.3105. We write that out. 184.3105. So I could subtract the 160 Rand 27, which was the original amount without the VAT. And that will give me 24 Rand. 24 Rand and 4 cents. Okay. So we could actually write here, and what the shops often do is they write down here on your invoice, underneath the tax value, they actually tell you how much tax you paid. So let's write over here 24 Rand and 4 cents. Okay. 24 and 04. All right. Now, what I want you to do is tell me there's a value here that I need to work out. It's this one here, X. All right. I need to know what X is. Now, X is the total that you are going to pay this shop. All right. Now, let's think about it. So we are paying the 32 Rand 97 All right. Those are the items that we don't have to pay VAT for. We have to pay 160 Rand 27 plus 24 and 04 VAT. All right. So it's these two together. Okay. That's the VAT rated items, and then that's how much VAT we paid. So what is the total value that we are going to pay with our debit card or credit card or the cash that we have in our pocket? What is the total? Oh, Sambulo.
Sambulo surely
Very,
has
very,
fast
very
fingers
fast.
today, hey?
All done. Okay. I hope it's good quality. The speed is incredible. I hope the quality is also good. Right, Sipho, we'll do a brief rundown of what we did. Let's just get this value out now. Let's just get this total out, and then I'll do a brief rundown of what we did. Sipho, also, if you have time, try and watch Tuesday's video on the YouTube site, because that'll explain some of the VAT skills that we are practicing today. Oh, it's taking a while. You guys are pretty fast usually. These must be legend. 21728. All right, there we go. There's the second one.
Zondi, the question was, what will the total amount be that you'll be paying the shop when VAT is included?
Let's try and look. So I'm going to use my calculator to help me with this one. All right. So we've got the 32 Rand and 97. Okay. And to that, we're going to add our 160, 27. And to that, I'm going to add on in fact, I'll use a bracket to show you guys that these two values go together. This is just for purposes of showing you, okay? You don't have to set it out like this in an exam. So the 160 Rand 27 and 24 and 04 go together because the 24 and 04 is the VAT portion of 160 Rand 27. And all three of these together should give me an answer. Let's see what it is. There we go. 217 and 28. Yeah. 217 and 28. Okay. So let's have a look. All right, so this value here for X, I'm going to type in there 217 and 28. Okay, so that is the total that you're going to pay for all the items, whether they're VAT rated or not. That's how much you have to pay in your slip, and you're going to reach for your credit card or your debit card to help pay for that. All right, let me run through this one more time. So in an invoice, the shop has to show you all the VAT rated items and the zero VAT rated items, which are basic food things for all South Africans. And you can see the zero rated food items with the asterisks. Now the shop has to show you the difference between the two. So what the shop has done is it said all your zero rated items with an asterisk are down here at 32 Rand 97. Your other items, which you have to pay VAT on, are here at 160 Rand 27. All right. Then we calculated that the VAT on 160 Rand 27 was 24 Rand and 04 cents. And because of that, it brought the total up to, whoopsie, 217 Rand and 28 cents. So that's the total that you have to pay. Okay, now you've got to be very careful. It's quite deceiving on a shopping list because they show you this value here. All right, they show you that value there. Now, let's do a little exercise. Imagine if you didn't have all this information and you didn't know what was zero VAT rated or what was VAT rated, okay? And they just showed you, I'm going to delete that for a second. They just showed you your balance before VAT was 193.24. And you wanted to figure out how much VAT you're going to pay. You would take 193.24, which is the total of all your goods, zero or non-zero, and multiply by 1.15 and get 222 Rand and 23 cents. So if you had to charge VAT on everything, it would be 222 Rand and 23 cents. In fact, I'm going to write that down. 222 Rand and 23 cents. Whoa, twos are looking like Z's today. Guys, the struggle is real. 222 Rand, and there we go, that's better. 23 cents. All right. Now, let's go back and find out what the original total was. So the original total was 217.28. So 217.28. I'll put it up here. 217.28. So how much more or how much less are we paying because of this plan that our government had to make all zero VAT, basic foodstuff zero VAT items? So how much did we save on this shopping list because of zero VAT rated items? So let's do a calculation here. So 222.23 subtract 217.28, and we saved 4.95, which is not much. But if we bought a lot of zero VAT rated items, healthy food like fruit and vegetables, legumes, green beans, lentils, sugar beans, if we bought like a samp, cabbage, spinach, sunflower oil, milk, bread, basic stuff. If you bought these basic items, you'd be saving quite a bit of money. That's the zero VAT rated items. The government wants people to only buy basic food things. So that's the whole idea behind this. Okay, so we're just interrogating an invoice and checking the zero VAT rated versus the non-zero VAT rated. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a bank statement. All right, now hopefully one day you guys will have a lot more money in your bank than this person does. But let's just have a look at the example just to see what we can make of it. Okay. All right, this is a bank statement, and it's a very old bank statement. You can see on the left is a date. The first date there is 27th of February 2013. So it's a very old bank statement, but money doesn't change. We still have the same kind of values here. Maybe in those days, having 4,418 in your bank account wasn't such a bad thing. But let's have a look and see what's going on in this person's bank statement. So in every bank statement that you get, you guys will get bank statements when you're older, maybe even now, you'll get an opening balance. Okay, so this first line here is the opening balance. This opening balance is for this month's bank statement. So your bank statements usually come every month. So this month here, it looks like it's mostly March. It does start with the 27th of Feb. For some reason, this one starts on the 27th of Feb, and it goes to the 22nd of March. So it's about 1 month's worth of transactions. And the opening balance here will be exactly what was at the bottom of the previous month's bank statement. So the previous month's bank statement would have ended the final transaction, the closing balance would have been 2,204 Rand and 85 cents. So all they've done is they've taken the last line of the previous month's statements and they've brought it here into this month's statement. So that's what the opening balance is. And then there's going to be a whole lot of transactions that happen here. We've got payments and deposits. Now, some banks don't write payments and deposits. This is just an easy way to understand it. They'll say debits and credits. Okay. So let's have a look at what's happening in this bank account. So we've got 2,385 balance. That's what's sitting in our bank. It's the bank balance in our accounts. Okay. The first transaction happens here on the 1st of March. All right. So the 1st of March, there's our first transaction over there. And it says interest on credit balance. Okay. Now, what does that mean? Interest on credit balance. It means that the balance that you had at the end of the last month, beginning of this month, 2,385, the bank will give you some interest based on that. Now, I want to see who's really smart out there. The interest that the bank gave is here, 13.95 Rand. Okay. They gave 13.95 Rand, and this was on 2,304.85. I wonder if anyone can tell me, how can we work out what percentage interest was charged? What percentage interest was calculated on that balance of 2,304.85? Can anyone put their microphone on? Does anyone want to talk to us? Is Pabalo in the house? Anybody?
Somebody.
I wonder if Pabalo's here.
He is here, and he's always keen
Pabalo,
to
come on
talk.
now. I see you. Anyone want to turn their mics off and talk to us? How could we work out what percentage this 13.95 is of 2,304.85? How could we work that out? Let me rephrase the question. Maybe this is a better way. Come on, Babalo. Just raise your hand, guys. Here we'll unmute you. Anybody, Babalo's not feeling it today. So 13.95 of, I'll give you a clue, of 2,304.85. What is that as a percentage? So 13.95 of 2,304.85. What is that a percentage? Okay, so this is what we can do. I'll show you. So we can take this 13.95, all right, and we make a fraction with it. Okay, so we say 13.95. Whoopsie, 13.95, and put it over the 2,304 Rand. So make a fraction with it. So 2,304 Rand and 85 cents. Okay, that's going to give us what this 13.95 out of 2,304.85 as a portion. All right. When we find that, in fact, let's look at it on the calculator right now. It's going to be a very small portion. Okay. So when we find this value, it's going to be 13.95, and I'm going to put it in a fraction, 2,304.85. If I had to press equals now, oh, someone's going to answer. If I had to press equals, we will get a decimal value. Okay, Siamo's on the button there. So 13.95 out of 2,304, it's a very small portion. It's actually 0.006 of 2,304. Okay, to find this as a percentage, you need to multiply this by 100. Okay, so this fraction here, you'll just say times by 100 to get a percent. All right. So then let's do it on the calculator, and let's put it in there. And I want to move right to the end of this formula, and I want to times by 100. So it's 0.605, which is a small percent, 0.605%. Okay. Now, you might think, cheapest banks are really being mean here. Yeah, the bank interest that they give you is very small, right? You can say about 3, 4, 5% per year, and you cut it up into monthly portions. So this is it's been cut up into 12 pieces already. Okay, so if you times this by 12, you get a better idea of what they're going to be giving you. So this bank's charging at about 7.26%, which is good for a bank. They usually do 3, 4, 5%. But the banks like to charge you huge interest rates when you have credit or credit card. Right. So they like to give you a little bit of money, but they like to charge you a lot of money. So this 1395 was calculated on the 2,204. And what we see here, there's a new total, and it's been added up to the opening balance. And we see now there's a new total of 2,318 and 80 cents. Okay. So that's the new balance after this transaction, the first transaction. Now there's a second transaction on the 1st of March as well. It says check salary. So in those days, you could get your salary via a check, and it was deposited. You can see it's underneath the deposited column. Okay. So it was deposited, and 2,100 was deposited. And what did it do to the balance? Well, it increased the balance by quite a lot, exactly by 2,100 Rand. So the new balance is now 4,418 Rand. Okay. 2, 3, 4, etc. Plamedi, so good question. The 13.95 is not calculated on the balance that's next to it. Okay, so the number to the right of 13.95 is the result of the calculation. So the 13.95 was calculated on the previous balance of the right at the top. All right, so as this statement starts in this month, they're going to calculate interest for you. So they calculate interest on your opening balance. And then they show you that with this interest that we calculated and given to you, this is now your new total of 2,318.80. I hope that makes sense. Okay, and we can see again that the 2,318.80, to that we're going to add 2,100 Rand. And next to that value, you'll see the new total of 4,418.80. Okay. All right. Now, let's see what the next transaction is. It says ATM cash. All right. ATM cash and 400 Rand. Now, one question to you is, what is this going to do to the total? Okay. You can see here that we've got a deposit column, and the deposit column seems to be making this balance bigger. Then ATM cash, when you withdraw money at the ATM, this payment column of 400 Rand, what's that going to do to the total? What's the new total going to be? Babalo. Yes, Babalo, you raised your hand. Babalo, you with us? Babalo, you there?
It decreases the amount in the balance.
Babalo, I think Babalo's. Yes, well done, Chiamo and Grace. So we're subtracting 400 Rand. So we're going to get,
it decreases the amount.
4,018 Rand and 80 cents. Very good. Okay, the next one. What's happening with the next one? Okay, there is a cash withdrawal of 800 Rand. What's the new total going to be? Well done, guys. Well done. If we withdraw another 800 Rand, what's the new total going to be? Ah, Chiamo, Gersha. Well done. Fast on the money. Fast on the money. Good. So we can reduce the 4,018 by 800. You can keep that value on the calculator, or we just take doing transactions with that total on the calculator now. Well done, Alzondi. Good. All right, so we subtract 800 Rand, and that's the new total, 3,218 Rand and 80 cents. Okay, here's another transaction. ATM deposits. ATM deposit of 600 Rand. What's the new balance now? Good, Sianda, well done. What's the new balance now? We're doing the ATM deposit of 600 Rand. Ah, very good. Well done, Tiamo. Vivan, well done. Elzandi, good. Yes, guys. All right, there we go. We're on the money now. So you see, you got the total in your calculator and you're just starting to do transactions with it. All right. So we're going to add on 600. And we got 3,818. All right, last transaction, spend less. That's very ironic. Spend less debit card purchase. Spend less by making a purchase with your debit card. How do you spend less if you purchase? What's the new total? That spend less purchase is 235.95 cents. Well done, kids. Remember? All right, 600 plus, yes, we're adding 600 there. 3582, Vivan, well done. 3582, Gosha, good. Zondi, well done. Well done, well done, well done. You guys are on the money. All right, Tiamo with the units. Kia, look at that. Tiamo with the units. Sonia with the units. Good.
I love it. I'm so proud of them.
That's TA Kia's work right there. The units are showing. All right, let's check. Let's reveal the value. There it is, 3582.85. 3582.85. All right. People say to don't forget to show the cents. Okay, so units and 2 decimal place cents. That's exactly what the examiners are looking for. Okay, so if we ended the statement here, then we should have a new line or a line at the end here called closing balance. All right, so I'm going to create my own line here. It's called closing balance. Let's make the text a little bit bigger. Let's make it 18. So closing balance, and our closing balance would be the last value that we have here in our balance column. All right, so 3582.85 cents. Okay, that is the final answer. All right, that is the final answer. Okay, and this closing balance will get carried over now into the next month's statement. That'll be the opening balance of the next month's statement. So a bank statement is just a running balance of your transactions. You've got some money in your balance column, and some money is getting added to it and taken away from it, all the way down through all the items in the statement until a final value. Yo, yes, I wish we had that much money at your meeting. I wish. All right, I'd love to have that much money in my bank statement. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the final answer.